Hey, I'm a swim coach. This is what I do. So don't mind if you see me in my shirt off with my swim trunks on and, being able to obey my swimming coordinations at the time. So, as long as I stay on my points, I'll be, back on my job and, being able to qualify for everything I need to do at that time. As long as I have 16 hours off and, be able to control my break times, then, that's pretty much what we want to do. Since we're older adults, we want to be able to handle each other like we're older adults, like we have our own real estate property and we have our own bill statements to duplicate and copy and register for ourselves every month to every year. And, being able to get into AIG, TransUnion, and Jackson Hewitt like that. So, that's pretty much what we want to be able to do as far as, control our payment options for at least 5 to 50 years at a time. So, it's pretty much using, as much liability for the resistance of the society in 1959 to 2023. So, that's pretty much working with at least 30 to 40 years, 30 to 90 years of reference being used for 9 minutes and 915 hours and, being able to use that. So what water are you using? What meal are you using? So, that's pretty much what that is. That's another 894. So, with that, we go with using, different cancellation methods of either Haraba Code or either Second Amendment or either or either process of elimination. So, I was just working with cancellating terms, being able to cancellate the sum, being able to cancellate the um, being able to calculate the remainder at the time. So, it's pretty much work with long division, all the way till the end, and, being able to work with different packs of shrimp at the end of the day. So, it's at least working with 88, 56, 66 different packs of shrimp with 9X plus 60 at the time. So, that's pretty much where you're getting, a big compound of shrimp and, being able to deal with that shrimp since 2022 at the time. So, that's pretty much where you're dealing with, a whole bunch of shrimp and, dealing with the decency of, using it 6 times at the time. So, you can't say I didn't tell you, I didn't warn you. That is a good fever of a warning coming 30 miles ahead of time. So, it's pretty much working 60 to 600 hours um, beyond time at the end of the day. So, that's pretty much where you working with your industries with EcoLeaf Mega Platform. So, that's pretty much where you use the EcoLeaf Mega Platform instead of Catfish Industries, which is more of Mr. Catfish is more macro productions. So, it's pretty much going for that business instead of EcoLeaf Mega Platforms, which is a whole nother platform of decencies, help in education services at the end of the day, working with, 7th grade, 10th grade, 12th grade, and being able to, use their advisory for concentration and dedication and commitment at the time. So, it's being able to carry on their school logo, their school spirit, and, be able to follow God's faith along school spirit as well. So, it's pretty much using bits of TCS program, bits of outreach, UT outreach, using Outlook, using Google Docs, using Comcast Grid, using those midpoints as well, Comcast Grid midpoints as well. So, that's pretty much where you're using that, as well as using that Haraba code, that Second Amendment, that Haraba Code, Second Amendment, and process of elimination files. So, that's pretty much where you're working with those files under House of Burgesses, Treaty of Versailles. And what you're doing is you find a scenario or a seminar and you putting that weight on it as a resistance, as there already comes situations with seminars with it. So it's pretty much working with 95%, 65%, 85%. So it's just pretty much working with 9 other people versus 900 other people at the time. So I was just working with 1998, 2035, 2015 of yellow, red, and green situations from 1935 to 2015 at the time. So, whatever it is, that's pretty much where it makes a whole lot of more money thinking of other varieties and other verifications of one different type of product. At least that's thinking about 3 different products, while I'm thinking of one product, plural demand. That's my production of plural demand. Instead of it being free enterprise, it's free trade, since you have way more productions of that one type of characteristic happening, and that's what's supposed to happen in a commercial property most of the majority of the time anyway. So it's pretty much where you being more primary by using more of your Audi technicians, more of your Lexus technicians, more of your Mustang technicians, more of your Mercedes technicians, more of your Audi technicians, more of your and this is just going from 2018 to 2025, as you thinking of the Lexus or the Audi or the Infiniti or the Mustang that you want, or the Mercedes that you want. So that's pretty much where you're just looking at the basics of 2020, and looking at these cars and seeing if they are a competitor of their sport at the end of the day. That's going with 333 different categories of propositions at the time. So it's pretty much using Blanco, Waco, Llano, Pflugerville, Round Rock, Hutto, Cedar Park. You pretty much using majority of the colony's provision for Comcast, Grid, Outlook, Outreach, Vimeo, Vine. That's pretty much what you're looking at the time of the Fiesta Parade, and knowing more about Tropical State and its eco herb productions at the end of the day. So it's pretty much we're using blue, green, and white. So understanding more about 959%. So that's pretty much we're using purple, green, and white situations for for propelled performances at the end of the day. So I was working with at least 16 over 9 different members of presentation at the end of the day. So I was pretty much working with 959 chicken every interest in promotion that you make, especially when you find out new descriptions of better compounds that you are interested in, and you don't mind, taking that 9-semester leap into something greater of a description, if it's more specific than the first description. So that's pretty much how you judge based off the primary statistic versus the general statement, the general selection of what you ask for as well. So you're looking for general management or general engineering or general technician. You're looking for a general state of possibilities of which molecule you're talking about and what object you're talking about. So it's pretty much in the general selection. It's pretty much what we do, and it's pretty much part of EcoLeaf's major components as a lower state in the United States. Instead of it being New York or Tennessee or Oklahoma or Kentucky, Kansas, in that area. So, it's pretty much being a lower state and being able to be more connected within the Time Warner to Roadrunner to Direct TV satellites at the end of the day, and being able to pay attention to cricket, pay attention to T-Mobile, and paying attention to Verizon, networks as far as they go. And it's pretty much what you're learning more about life at the end of the day on Comcast Grid midpoints is you're learning more about 559 different appliances that go multiple ways that you can get as much detail as you feel, and be able to create the description that you want to be able to imagine for a ninth grade belief, a 10th grade belief, and a 12th grade belief. So that's pretty much what are you looking for as to being able to use more successful hood as far as competing with PlayStation 5, and being able to complete those missions as far as seeing the PlayStation 3 update to PlayStation 5 after 5 to 8 to 15 years. So that's pretty much what we're looking at as to looking at an update at the time. So you're not looking at the differences between PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 at the time. You're looking at the difference of PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 5 and how important it got. So that's pretty much where you're working with, not just PlayStation 3, but not just the PlayStation 5 either, but you're working with the Galaxy Note 2, the Sidekick, the Razer, the cell phone that was out at that time. It's pretty much 2007, 2012, 2018 of November 15th at the time. So it's pretty much what you were seeing at the time at 2007 to 2008 at the time. So that's pretty much what you're seeing at the time that recorrelated that and made it more blissfully what it was at the time. So it's pretty much working with 2014 of 2027, and being able to know more about the Expedition 18 of Expedition 14, and seeing the difference between that outcome as well as with the PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 5. So it's pretty much what we see as it comes to a greater capacity of decisions and choices for free enterprise and free trade, concentrated or standard form, or expanded form at that time. So it's pretty much, or extended form. Sorry, you're working with extended form at that time. So it's pretty much what you want to be able to do to enjoy the moment as far as being able to enjoy extended time, and being able to be able to use your mechanical essence as well. So that's pretty much where you're using more of that detail to promote more for the mechanical side of it, and being able to use more for Comcast Grid, and more for T-Mobile Stretch as well, for purple, green, and white situations and seminars at the time. So it's pretty much what you're using to complete more of your district manager, your store manager, or your general manager at the time. So that's pretty much where you're using those details, and being able to put them with the other file of description that it is compatible with, that it matches up with, that it duplicates with, and being able to Google Docs at the time, be able to understand more compatible networks at the time. So That's pretty much where you're working with Google Docs and, understanding more about how that represents more of uh, its similar portions of documents at the end of the day. So, that's pretty much where you're working with, more of your general technicians of the state and, understanding more about infrastructure and building plans for the seasons to come for 79 years, 65 years, 24 years, 42 years. And, it's just working on Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, and 4th of July of Independence Day at the time. So, it's just working with at least 45 hours, 95 hours, 65 hours, 10 times before you know it at at the time. So, it's pretty much working with Trinity to Livica and Livica to at least 4th Street and, working with Southwest, South by Southwest, ACL. You working with your whole trailer of events as you're in the area and you're focusing on uh, capitalized press conferences at the end of the day. So, it's pretty much working with 1971 members and, being able to get your memory out for 15, 70 miles at the end of the day. So, that's pretty much using that to characterize more of aerospace sciences and working with the galaxy of the Milky Way at the time. So, it's pretty much working with the solar system as well. So, it's pretty much where you're using more towards 971 different solar system duplicates to where you put in W-2s and, putting in reference notes or tax references to go with it. So, you're able to pay your bills and, be able to use a $9,500 bill for 9 months at the time. So, the thing about my financial solution is, with my representations is always a debate. So, and in my debate, what I want you to do instead of paying every month, I want you to pay one time, 3 times higher than normal, and be able to make it last out to 3 months. Being able to make the bill statement last out 3 months, since that's pretty much 359 times higher than the bill is naturally is at the time. So, nothing's going higher than $315 3 times at the time. So, it's pretty much where you're using, more of the 9x plus 60 to promote more for that 964 times. So, that's pretty much where we want to be able to use 1240 different rooms. We want to go with the 1240 room decision. So, that's pretty much what it's called for now. It's what it's called for now. And, it's pretty much when we want to be able to general maintenance it out and understand more about the upkeep of those houses for the next 9 years as we get them more impassioned with their programs and their campaigns and their manners at the time. So, that's pretty much getting them all registered for the ability to be able to have a great spacious production at the end of the day. So, it's pretty much working with 9 months, 5 months, 4 months. It's pretty much just working with the whole 947 week exchange at the end of the day. So, by 9 years, you're gonna feel like it went by fast. It completed in a nice journey at the end of the day. So, it's pretty much working with 2012 to 2022 at the time. So, it's pretty much working from 2002 to 2006, and being able to complete more applicable files within the 90-60% ratio of experience points and intuitive skills, and more detailed towards the font. You couldn't have no other instructor like Stewart at the time for 959 different documents of information at the time. How were you gonna understand that there were higher math going a certain way, and it's pretty much where you learn more of a large placement of Spotify radios, Penske, and being able to know more about T-Mobile Stretch as well. So that's pretty much where you're using part of their district to use as a main component. You want to use their district as a main component, and that's pretty much where you're using Desiree, or you're using Yo-Yo, or you're using 993316643115. So that's pretty much just using the girls in there, and being able to use them for a $6,500 benefit at the time, working on 6 months of interest at the end of the day. So that's pretty much where you're being able to create more about your career investments, and being able to work on different designs of how you want to promote more for $9,956 at the time of purple, orange, and green situations after 2006 to 2022. So, that's pretty much working with 90 miles of clearance at the end of the day. Working with Granger, and Penske and T-Mobile Stretch, and that's pretty much what was doing the work as far as working with AIG, TransUnion, and Jackson Hewitt. That's at least 949 different acres away at the time, and that's just working with the Texas Mutual agriculture at the end of the day, from Lubbock to New Braunfels to Smithville to Brenham at the time. So it's pretty much when we're working with different details along the way of purple, yellow, and green categories, and being able to know more about Caldwell to yeah. So other than that, that's pretty much a good setting of where you need to be in Lake Balcones at the time. So it's pretty much looking at Lake Balcones and telling the story out from Lake Balcones at the time. So that's pretty much where we're using more interest towards where that goes. So yep, thank you for watching. Bye.